A quiet shift is shaking Europe's defenses. Washington pulls back its troops, and the eastern flank braces for change. From Romania's bases to Poland's borders, allies are rearming, adapting, and preparing for a future with fewer American boots on their soil. The question now, who guards Europe when the U.S. steps back? Romania's defense ministry has confirmed that it and other NATO allies were officially notified of Washington's plans to reduce the number of U.S. troops stationed on Europe's eastern flank, including those based at Romania's Mihail Cogălnicianu Air Base. The ministry said the move was expected, reflecting a shift in U.S. priorities toward domestic security and the Indo-Pacific region, though roughly 1,000 American troops will remain in Romania.
The American decision is to stop the rotation in Europe of a brigade that had elements in several NATO countries. The decision also took into account that NATO has consolidated its presence and activity on the eastern flank, which enables the United States to adjust its military posture in the region.
Defense Minister Ionuț Moșteanu noted that the reassessment is part of a broader U.S. strategy announced earlier this year, emphasizing that European nations are now expected to take greater responsibility for their own defense.
We were informed at an official level as a ministry by our ambassador to NATO, the military attaché for defense. This reassessment of the posture is part of a broader strategy announced at the beginning of the year by the United States of America. At the time when we had the meeting of NATO ministers in Brussels, Pete Hegseth, the U.S. Secretary of State for Defense, conveyed once again to the European partners that now that the Europeans have consolidated their position on the eastern flank and in general in Europe and have agreed to arm themselves better, they will pay more attention to their own defenses. The United States will look more towards the Indo-Pacific.
Moșteanu added that the remaining American troops continue to serve as a key guarantee of regional security.
Approximately 1,000 American soldiers will remain in Romania, contributing to the deterrence of any threats, representing a guarantee of the U.S. commitment to regional security.
There was no immediate comment from NATO. Despite worries on NATO's eastern flank about the potential scaling back of the United States' presence in the region at a time when Russia continues to wage war in Ukraine, Trump said in September that Washington could increase its troop presence in Poland. The United States is reducing its troop presence on NATO's eastern flank as part of a global military realignment. This move affects key countries like Romania and Poland, with important security implications. Poland, however, is strengthening its defense through increased military spending, modernization, and new bilateral agreements, such as the Treaty of Nancy with France, which pledges mutual defense support. This shift enhances Poland's autonomy and collective deterrence alongside NATO allies. Romania, too, continues its military modernization and relies heavily on NATO's collective security framework. But with fewer U.S. troops on Romanian soil, the country's ability to respond rapidly may be impacted slightly, increasing reliance on regional allies and joint exercises. Both nations acknowledge the change and are investing in self-defense and regional cooperation to fill any security gaps caused by the U.S. troop drawdown. While the withdrawal may raise concerns about reduced immediate deterrence, particularly given ongoing regional tensions, Poland and Romania's enhanced military capabilities and strategic partnerships aim to preserve stability. NATO's consolidated presence on the eastern flank also supports this transition, ensuring the U.S. remains engaged through intelligence sharing and rapid deployment ability. The overall goal: a stronger, more self-reliant European defense landscape.